The shocking mistakes everyone makes when eating sardines. Sardines are one of the few kinds of seafood that naturally stay very low in mercury. That makes them one of the safest, healthiest choices you can enjoy often. These little fish are loaded with good things for your heart, your brain, and even your bones. They're full of protein, omega-3s, calcium, and important vitamins your body depends on. But here's the thing. Most people make at least a few big mistakes that drain away those benefits, spoil the taste, and sometimes even affect their health. Think about it for a moment. When you buy sardines, are you sure you're picking the right kind from the shelf? Do you keep leftovers stored safely? Or do you accidentally let them go bad? Have you ever rinsed sardines before eating them, thinking that makes them healthier? And here's the biggest question. Are you tossing out the part that actually holds the most nutrition? The truth is, sardines often get overlooked, not because of what's in the can, but because of how folks handle them afterward. From storage slip-ups to cooking mistakes, these tiny fish lose their goodness before they even have a chance to help your body. In this video, we'll walk through the common mistakes people make with sardines. Some may seem small at first, but once you understand the reasons, you'll see just how much they matter. By the end, you'll know how to enjoy sardines the way they were meant to be eaten. Before we jump in, can I ask a quick favor? Tap that like button and subscribe to join our community of healthy eaters. And if you're interested in videos like this, type yes in the comments so we know you're with us. Right, let's dive in. Mistake kanan, throwing out the bones. One of the most common slip-ups is pulling out the little bones from sardines. At first, it might seem like the right move. After all, with bigger fish, bones can be sharp, annoying, and even unsafe. But sardines are different. Their bones are completely edible, soft, and safe to chew. The canning process pressure cooks them until they're tender enough that most people don't even notice them. And here's the big secret. Those tiny bones are loaded with nutrition. They are one of the best natural sources of calcium you'll ever find in seafood. Just one serving of sardines with the bones gives you more than a third of your daily calcium needs, essential for keeping your bones strong, your teeth healthy, and your muscles working right. Plus, they contain vitamin D, which helps your body absorb that calcium. Together, calcium and vitamin D are the ultimate team for protecting bone health, especially as we get older. When you take out the bones, you're not only making extra work for yourself, you're throwing away nutrients your body really needs. And honestly, you don't even taste them. The bones blend right in with the fish. Many people who eat sardines regularly can't tell where the meat ends and the bones begin. Yes, some companies sell deboned sardines, but they usually cost more and often look broken up because the deboning process damages the fish. That means you're paying more money for less nutrition and worse appearance. The solution is simple. Keep the bones. They're safe, highly nutritious, and practically invisible once you start eating. Think of them as a hidden bonus that makes sardines one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can buy. Mistake 9, choosing water-packed instead of oil-packed. One of the biggest mistakes happens right in the grocery aisle. Picking sardines packed in water instead of oil. At first glance, water-packed sounds like the healthier option. Fewer calories, lighter taste, right? But here's the truth. When you choose water over oil, you miss out on both flavor and nutrition. Sardines are naturally rich in healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids. These are the same fats that help lower inflammation, protect your heart, and keeps the fish moist and boost your body's ability to use those omega-3s. On the other hand, water doesn't do the fish any favors. Sardines in water often turn out bland, dry, or even metallic over time. That's because water can't protect the natural oils inside the fish from breaking down. As they oxidize, the taste and nutrition fade. Oil, by contrast, acts as a shield, keeping sardines fresher and tastier for longer. In fact, many food lovers say sardines and olive oil actually taste better the longer they sit. Yes, sardines and oil have more calories, but they're the right kind healthy fats that do your body good. It's a small choice that makes a big difference. If you want sardines that taste great and give you maximum nutrition, skip the water-packed tins and go for ones in quality oil. Mistake 8, letting open cans sit too long. Here's a mistake nearly everyone makes at some point, leaving an open can of sardines sitting around too long. While unopened cans can last for years, once you pop that lid, the clock starts ticking. As soon as sardines are exposed to air, they begin to deteriorate. The healthy oils inside start to oxidize, which not only changes the flavor, but also breaks down valuable omega-3 fats, the very reason most of us eat sardines in the first place. That means the longer they sit, the less nutrition you're getting and the worse they'll taste. How long they last depends on what they're packed in. Sardines in water go downhill fastest, usually within 24 hours. Ones in oil can last 2 to 3 days in the fridge. If they're in tomato sauce, you might stretch it to 4 days. But here's the rule you can't ignore after a week. No matter what kind, sardines are spoiled and unsafe to eat. Another common mistake is leaving them in the open can. Once exposed, the metal can react with air and speed up spoilage, adding a nasty metallic taste. That's why food safety experts recommend moving sardines into a clean glass or plastic airtight container right away. This keeps air out, slows down nutrient loss, and preserves flavor. If you really want to extend their life, you can freeze them, but freezing changes the texture and makes them softer. The best practice: only open what you'll eat within a couple of days and always transfer leftovers into a proper container. It's a simple habit that keeps your sardines safe, fresh, and full of nutrition. Mistake 7: ignoring expiration dates and storage rules. A lot of people assume canned food lasts forever, but that's not true. Sardines can stay good for years if they're sealed and stored properly, but heat, sunlight, and moisture are their enemies. If you leave cans sitting in a sunny kitchen window near the stove or in a damp pantry, you're speeding up the breakdown of both the can and the fish inside. Over time, the oils in the fish oxidize, flavors turn sour, and nutrients start to fade. Even worse, a damaged can may let bacteria grow, which makes the sardines unsafe to eat. And here's something most folks don't know: not all sardines keep equally well. Ones packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids break down faster than those packed in oil. That means if you buy different kinds, you should rotate them. Use up the acidic varieties first and save the oil-packed tins for long-term storage. It's also important to look closely at the can before you open it. If you see bulges, rust, dents along the seams, or leaks, don't take chances. Just throw it out. Think of it this way: sardines are one of the most affordable superfoods you can buy. Don't waste them. And more importantly, don't risk your health just because of poor storage. With a little care, you can keep every can fresh, safe, and ready to give you all the nutrition it promises. Mistake 6: only eating them straight from the can. One of the best things about sardines is how easy they are. Open the tin and they're ready to eat. But here's the downside: if you only ever eat them plain, you miss out on a lot of flavor and variety. That's why many people get bored with them too quickly. Sardines are far more versatile than most realize. Think of them as an ingredient, not just a finished snack. For example, mash them with a little yogurt, avocado, or olive oil to make a protein-rich spread for bread or crackers. On toast, add toppings like capers, onions, or sliced tomatoes for a Mediterranean-style bite that feels gourmet but takes only minutes. They also shine in hot meals. Stir them into pasta sauce at the very end for extra flavor and omega-3s. Add them to a stir-fry right before serving so they stay intact while boosting protein. Even pizza gets better with sardines. Their savory, salty taste pairs beautifully with olives, peppers, and fresh herbs. And at breakfast, fold them into scrambled eggs or omelets for a powerhouse start to your day. The benefit isn't just taste, it's nutrition too. Pairing sardines with vegetables, grains, or healthy fats helps your body absorb their nutrients better. For instance, eating them with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or peppers helps your body take in more iron. So, yes, it's fine to eat them straight from the canal, but don't limit yourself. With just a little creativity, sardines can become a secret ingredient that makes countless dishes more exciting and more nutritious. Mistake 5: thinking all sardines taste the same. Many people assume sardines are all alike. Open one can and they'll taste just like any other. But that's far from true. Just like wine, coffee, or cheese, sardines vary a lot in flavor, texture, and quality depending on where they come from, how they're packed, and even the time of year they're caught. Take the waters they're from, for example. Atlantic sardines can taste very different from Mediterranean or Pacific ones because the temperature, diet, and environment of the fish all play a role. Cold gator sardines, such as those from Norway, often have a firmer bite and a cleaner flavor. Sardines from warmer waters can be softer and richer. Even the season matters. Fish caught in the spring may taste lighter, while those caught later in the year are fattier and more flavorful. And that's not all. The packing liquid changes the taste dramatically. Olive oil, tomato sauce, mustard, or water each bring out different flavors. Spanish and Portuguese sardines packed in high quality olive oil, for instance, often develop deep, complex flavors over time. Some producers even smoke their sardines, giving them a savory richness, while others use spiced oils or sauces for an extra kick. So if you didn't enjoy one, don't give up on sardines altogether. It might have just been that particular type. Exploring different brands, origins, and pack styles can completely change your experience. Sardines aren't one size fits all. Once you experiment, you'll find there's a whole world of flavors waiting inside those little tins. Mistake 4, pairing sardines with the wrong flavors. Sardines are bold little fish. Their rich oils and strong savory taste make them powerful ingredients. But that also means they need the right partners on the plate. One of the biggest mistakes is mixing sardines with flavors that clash instead of balance. Here's the trick. Sardines need contrast. Their natural richness shines when paired with bright, fresh, or tangy ingredients that cut through the oiliness. Think lemon juice, vinegar, capers, tomatoes, or pickled vegetables. These sharp flavors don't cover up the sardine taste, they sharpen it, making the whole dish more balanced and exciting. Fresh herbs like parsley, dill, or cilantro also add a clean, fresh note that lightens everything up. So, what should you avoid? Heavy creamy sauces, buttery dishes, or overly sweet pairings. Cream plus oily sardines usually feels too rich, overwhelming your palate. Sweet glazes or fruit based toppings often fight with sardines' natural saltiness, creating an unpleasant clap. Let's look at an example. Sardines on toast with lemon and herbs taste light and satisfying, but sardines smothered in a heavy cheese sauce. The double richness makes them hard to enjoy. It's not that you can't experiment, but the key is balance. When you choose the right flavors, sardines go from just fish in a can to a gourmet ingredient that feels fresh, vibrant, and unforgettable. Mistake 3, rinsing away taste and nutrition. This one may surprise you. One of the worst things you can do with sardines is rinsing them underwater before you eat them. A lot of people do this hoping to cut down on salt, fat, or that fishy taste. But in reality, rinsing just washes away flavor and valuable nutrients. When sardines are canned, the oil, sauce, or brine they're packed in isn't just filler, it's part of the preservation process. Over time, the fish and the liquid trade flavors and key nutrients like omega-3s and fats, soluble vitamins seep into that liquid. When you rinse them, you lose those nutrients along with the taste that's been building for months. With sardines and oil, rinsing creates another problem. Oil and water don't mix, so the fish end up slippery, broken apart, and less appetizing. The same goes for sardines packed in tomato or mustard sauce. Rinsing strips away the tang and richness that balance the fish's natural flavor. And about the salt, yes, sardines can be salty, but rinsing doesn't really fix it. The salt is absorbed into the fish itself during canning, not just sitting on the surface. A better solution is to buy low sodium varieties or simply reduce the salt in the rest of your meal. That way you keep the flavor and nutrition intact. Think of it this way, rinsing sardines is like undoing months of careful flavor and nutrient building in just a few seconds. Instead of washing it all away, embrace the oil, brine, or sauce. It's part of what makes sardines so special. Mistake 2, avoiding sardines because of fishiness. One of the biggest reasons people avoid sardines is the belief that they're too fishy. But the truth is, sardines are fish. They're supposed to taste like the sea. The real issue isn't the sardines themselves, but how they're stored, prepared, or paired with other foods. Good sardines should taste clean, savory, and slightly briny like a fresh ocean breeze. If yours taste too strong or unpleasant, chances are they weren't stored well. They're past their best date, or they're just not being paired with the right ingredients. The trick isn't to hide the flavor, but to brighten it. Acidic ingredients like fresh lemon juice, a splash of vinegar, or a spoonful of tomato sauce cut through heaviness and make the flavor lively. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or dill do the same, adding freshness that balances the richness. Quality also makes a huge difference. Sardines packed in good olive oil or tomato sauce often taste much cleaner and less overpowering than cheaper, poorly processed options. And here's something interesting. Your taste buds can actually adjust. If you don't eat fish often, sardines may taste strong at first, But over time, you start to notice their subtle sweetness and depth of flavor. Instead of writing sardines off is too fishy, experiment with different pairings. Mix them into a salad, squeeze some citrus on top, or serve them with crisp vegetables. You'll be surprised how quickly that fishy flavor turns into something you look forward to. Mistake 1, throwing away the precious oil. This is by far the most costly mistake people make with sardines, draining out the oil and pouring it down the sink. That golden liquid isn't waste. It's where some of the best flavor and nutrition are hiding. Here's why. When sardines are packed in oil, a slow exchange takes place. The fish release some of their natural juices into the oil, while at the same time the oil soaks back into the fish. Over months of storage, that oil becomes rich with omega-3 fatty acids, fats, soluble vitamins like D and E, and deep savory flavor. In other words, it turns into liquid nutrition. Throwing it away doesn't just mean losing calories. You're tossing out valuable nutrients that help protect your heart, brain, and immune system. From a cooking standpoint, you're also discarding a free flavor booster that chefs would love to have on hand. So, what can you do with it? Plenty. Drizzle the oil over salads instead of bottle dressing. Use it to saute onions and garlic before cooking pasta or rice. Stir it into soups or stews to enrich the broth. You can even dip fresh bread into it with a squeeze of lemon and some herbs for a quick snack. And here's a bonus. The oil's flavor actually deepens a bit after opening. Kept properly in the fridge for a few days, it can add even more complexity to your meals. Sardine oil is simply too valuable to waste. Treat it like the secret ingredient it really is. Who should be careful with sardines? Sardines are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, but like any powerful food, they aren't right for everyone. A few groups of people should be extra cautious about eating them too often. People with high blood pressure or salt sensitivity. Most canned sardines are packed in brine, oil, or sauce that contains quite a bit of sodium. Too much salt can raise blood pressure, so low sodium varieties are the better option, those with gout or high uric acid. Sardines are high in purines, which the body breaks down into uric acid. For sensitive people that can trigger gout flare-ups, moderation is key. Anyone prone to kidney stones, especially uric acid stones, since purines may raise the risk. Best to check with your doctor before eating sardines regularly. Pregnant women. The good news is sardines are very low in mercury, unlike larger fish such as tuna or swordfish. But because they're often canned in oil or brine, it's wise to keep an eye on sodium and calories if you're eating them often. For most healthy people, sardines are a fantastic food to enjoy regularly. But if you fall into one of these groups, moderation is the safest path. To wrap it up, sardines are one of the most underrated superfoods around, but only if you treat them the right way. From picking the right can to storing, pairing, and preparing them properly, small mistakes can mean the difference between a bland, wasted meal and a powerful boost of nutrition. Don't let simple slip-ups stop you from enjoying everything sardines have to offer. Packed with protein, omega-3s, calcium, and vitamins, they support your heart, brain, and bones while being one of the most budget-friendly foods you can buy. Now you know how to unlock their full potential and avoid the traps that trip most people up. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss more tips on smart, healthy eating. Do you eat sardines often or have a favorite way to prepare them? Share your thoughts in the comments.